Howdy everyone, my name is Gurnapede and welcome to Forgotten 13. This is a narrative graphic novel-ish kind of thing. More like a point and click, I guess, about a group of people, 13 people specifically, that went missing some time ago. And you play as a investigative journalist, I think? That's what I surmised. I don't know. Let's jump in, see what's in store. In a small, seemingly ordinary suburban neighborhood stands a seemingly normal house. However, this seemingly normal house has developed an unsettling reputation. Looking at the house from outside, it appears unremarkable. Its neat garden and well-maintained facade contrast with the rumors surrounding it. You decide to knock on the door. A trembling woman answers, her eyes filled with despair. The woman invites you inside, revealing a home filled with family portraits and toys. Toys? Okay. I will introduce myself. Hello, my name is Emily. Pleased to meet you. What's yours? The old woman just smiles at you with her skin stretching uncomfortably at the corners of her face. The corners of her face? I'm sorry? You mean the corners of her mouth, possibly? Maybe? Perhaps? If she has corners on her face, that's a little perturbing, no? I'm a freelance journalist reporting on missing people between 1963 and 1987. I believe you have information? The old woman stares at you. A sense of dread fills you from head to toe. After a couple of minutes of silence, she answers. A couple of minutes? Was she just standing there having a staring contest? I would get the fuck out. This lady's obviously possessed. What do you mean? My dear, that was so long ago. Why bother bringing up the dead now? Some of the relatives never got closure. I want to give them that. Are you a relative? No. I'm not. I just want to know what happened all those years ago. I understand. Let me fetch some tea and you can ask me your questions. The old woman shuffles out of the room and off into the kitchen. You can hear her tinkering around with appliances. I should take a look around. Without permission, I don't know if that's a great idea. A picture of what appears to be two small children. One has their face removed. Why does this look familiar? Perhaps that's the lady in her youth. A doll's house? Strange. It's a model of this house. The door has a small lock on it. My hands are too big to fit through the window. I imagine my hands would be too big to fit through the door then as well. So, not good with that. Not sure what good that does me. It's not working. The hands have stopped at 2 and 7. Is that 2 and 7? Is that what that is? Or is that 8 and 7? Small lock attached to the front of the doll's house. It seems strange that this is locked. Despite my best efforts to try and reach through the windows, they are too small. See what looks like some figures placed in the house, but I can't be certain. I want to know more. I will have to find the key. Perhaps the woman will know more? Two children seen holding hands in a photograph. I found it on the mantelpiece. The image looks quite old. Could this old woman be one of the children? Why is the face of one of the children obscured? Numbers 1 and 3 are written on the back. Interesting. Oh, hello. The old woman returns with a tray of tea, seemingly out of nowhere. Did I frighten you, my dear? No, were you trying to? No, you just startled me is all. Anyways, about these missing people. Yes, dear, ask me your questions. The motive. So I know this woman killed people, is that what it is? There's something I can't quite figure out. If what people say is true, then why? What's the motive? I couldn't possibly imagine the motive of what made someone kill 13 people. I'm just an old lady. A surprisingly normal response to that. 13 people dead. Sorry to point this out, but I never mentioned anywhere they were dead. You did. Twice now, actually. Did I? You must be confused, dear. I don't actually know that anyone is dead. Here, drink some tea while it's still hot. That's not a normal response. This lady's trying to kill me too. You drink the tea so as not to upset the old woman any further. After a few seconds, you start to feel lightheaded. The room starts to fade out before you finally hit the floor. Well, don't accept beverages from complete strangers, especially when they seem possessed, is the moral of that story. You awake feeling sick. The old woman must have drugged you. Yeah. Looking around, you notice you are locked in some sort of cell made of stone with bars covering the door and a spot on the ceiling. Well, jump and grab at the metal grate. As soon as you grab it, you slip, falling to the ground with one of the metal bars in hand. Well, that's great. It's good for me, isn't it? I now have something to defend myself with. You jam the metal bar into the gap and pull with all your might. The iron door swings open. Oh. Well, how about that? Step out into a dark hallway. It's hard to see, but you can hear faint whispering. Okay, so this, head to the whispers. That's a terrible idea. No, I'm gonna keep on walking. You walk forward a little further, hugging the wall as you go. You can see a faint light up ahead, but a small room off to the left. Let's go left. Enter what looks like a dark room. The red lights hurt your eyes as you notice partially developed photos on the line. Upon closer inspection, it appears as though these are photos of dead bodies. You decide to take them with you. You hear the whispers from before. It's the old woman. Her voice sends shivers down your spine. You head back towards the light. Walking forward brings you to the base of some stairs leading up. Corpses collapse to the right side. It smells awful. Is this lady acting alone? I feel like this lady is not acting alone. Also, these are very clearly going down. These aren't up steps. Anyway. Yeah, no, I feel like this old lady couldn't have dragged me down into a fucking crypt and locked me away by herself, could she? Body is decayed, it smells of dust and dried blood. A small key is tied around its neck. You take it. You ascend the stairs, each step creaking as you go. Eventually, you reach the top and peer through the open door. Do I? Opening the door reveals a dirty old kitchen. There's a back door leading out to the yard. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Come on. Try the door. Back door has a digital lock attached to it. I do not know the code. Fucking jump through the window! What do you mean you don't know the code? Listen, listen. You can't be that far from a police station or medical assistance. If you jump through the window, adrenaline's gonna carry you the rest of the way. I promise. Look around. See a scrap of paper laying on the table. The living room is behind you. There are some stairs to your left. Okay, let's see all this. The clock in the living room is broken. Nothing too strange about it, I guess. Might serve well and as an interesting talking point if I need to make small talk. Stopped at 2 and 7. Okay, 1327. Bar and escape my cell, however, I have no idea where I am. My head's still throbbing. I must be careful making my next moves. What did that woman do to me? I have to find a way out. I should look around for something to use. Discovered a series of partially developed photos deep in the basement of the house. The photos show several of the missing people that I am looking for. I've taken several photos of them as evidence to show to the authorities. This is undeniable proof that the victims were once here. The body of what appears to be an older woman is down here in the basement. Its smell is awful. While I can't say for sure what the cause of death was, the remains look to be quite old. Tufts of hair still remain attached to the sunken skull, creating an ungodly sight. Perhaps this is the physical evidence I need. I found a small key tied around the corpse's neck. Well, this is grim. We're in a grim situation. This is kind of fucked up. I was expecting something a little more cheesy. I wasn't expecting actual nightmares beyond my comprehension. We're gonna try the door again. Digital lock. Can I just guess? I feel like I could guess at this point in time. It's on the paper. Paper has a badly drawn picture of a clock on it, followed by 359. Two 7359. Right? Alright, let's go to the living room. Try the key that you found on the body back in the basement. To your surprise, it works. So that was a diary. You open the diary. It belonged to the old woman's sister. It details events of her childhood, including the details about the missing people. It appears that the parents were convinced that she was evil. Oh. Frantically try the front door, looking for any means of escape. Suddenly you hear a scraping noise from behind you. You turn around and make eye contact with the old woman, her hair covering half of her face. You can make out an odd smile. Old woman lunges with full force, plunging a knife deep into your chest. You reach for the knife, but you slowly lose control as your blood forms a pool beneath you. Ah. Scrumptious. Okay, well, alright, sure. Let's try that again, I guess. Okay, so, there's another ending you can get here. I wasn't expecting this. I got this by accident there a second ago. You say, why you? My research has brought me to this place. Quite a few people all agree that there is something to do about this place. Most people want something to blame, or someone to blame, especially when they think that a person can't hurt them. It makes them feel safe. Especially when they think that person can't hurt them. Alright. It's all a little morbid, kind of threatening tone, don't you think? Not at all. I actually think that I'm the one being threatened here, wouldn't you say? And then if you press her, so you don't see any reason why these people think something is wrong here. I can't say that I do. I'm sorry, I can't help you more. After discussing the situation for what seemed like forever, you eventually leave with no new evidence to aid your investigation. Perhaps she really was just an innocent old lady. Of course, we know that's a load of malarkey. Anyways, let me try to find one of the other endings now. Not at all. I actually think that I'm the one being threatened here. The two girls. Ask about the two girls on your mantle. Why is the face all scratched out? That's me when I was 4 years old. The other's my sister. Sadly, she passed away over 30 years ago now. Anyways, your tea is getting cold. Drink now. You drink the tea. Not to upset her any further. And we're back in the dungeon again. Now, hopefully. Maybe. Dark hallway, hard to see. You can hear faint whispering. So what happens if I head to the whispers? Heading towards the whispers was a bad idea. The old woman leaps from the shadows, slicing your throat vertically, making you bleed out quicker. You're the 14th victim. Well. Yeah, heading towards the whispers was a bad idea. I called that the first time around. I guess I should have known. But hey, at least that's a whole ending on its own. I wonder how many endings there are. Okay, so apparently there's 6 separate endings to this. Let's try to go for the escape ending. I imagine that's one of them, is getting out of here alive. Alright, so we're back here again, after coming out of the basement and unlocking the dollhouse here with the key. We're gonna go to the kitchen now. August 20th, 1967, my sister and I were playing in our room today when she started speaking to someone else. At first I thought it was me, but the conversation didn't make sense. When I pressed her about it, she just said it was nothing and carried on playing. October 31st, 1961, Mom and Dad were fighting again, something about the house being cursed by an evil presence. I admit things have been a little weird around here lately, but cursed? I don't think I even know where to begin. November 2nd, 1967. My mom came into the room in the middle of the night. I think she thought I was sleeping. She just stood in the doorway for 10 to 20 minutes, just staring at me, not moving. I'm starting to get scared about living in the same house as them. November 8th, 1967. Dad called our local pastor to the house for dinner. This evening I was to join them, which my sister and I never really do. He had some questions for me, but that I didn't really understand. During the time he was there, we had a power cut, and I guess we knocked some of the things from the table since we couldn't see. When we got the power back, there was a mess everywhere. Dad wasn't happy. November 12th, 1967. Mom and Dad have become really distant. Dad won't talk to me, and Mom won't even look at me. What have I done? I don't understand it. My sister has been moved into the spare room at the side of the house, as well as without any reason given. Do they think I'm doing something to her? November 20th, 1967. Dad hit me today for speaking ill of my feelings towards them. The sheer anger and terror in his eyes that I saw shook me to my core. I've never seen him like this. Something isn't right with him. December 1st, 1967. Things have been so bad here lately. The family dog died, Mom is beside herself, Dad has been praying nonstop, and I feel like my sister isn't the same anymore. Why is everyone around me acting so crazy? My sister is walking around at all hours of the night, talking to herself when she thinks no one is watching or listening, and things keep disappearing. I woke to the sounds of struggling coming from the kitchen. I made my way downstairs slowly so as not to be heard. I saw Dad pulling what looked like a huge bag tied with rope out into the back garden. It was raining outside, so I couldn't see much, but it looked as though he was burying something. December 18th, 1967. The local news is appealing for any information into the whereabouts of 3 people last seen around 2 weeks ago. Seems I'm not the only one having a hard time living in this world. I hate to think what those families are going through. Christmas came and went without any joy whatsoever. Dad didn't even bother putting up a tree. My sister is now completely shut down. She doesn't eat or sleep. She won't even talk to me. I've tried talking to Mom and Dad, but they won't listen to me. They just keep telling me it'll be okay soon. Do they know what's going on? January 8th, 1968. I overheard Mom and Dad talking when I was supposed to be sleeping. Mom was crying a lot. Dad was saying something about being the last one and that I would be the key to stopping it. Stopping what? That's all like really cryptic. I'd have to sit down and think about this for a minute, but I'm not in a lore piecing mindset right now because I'm really tired. So I'm gonna leave that to you guys. Piece that together whatever way you like, and tell me what you think in the comments down below. Because by God, I need comments. I need comments on my videos. I need comments. It helps me in the algorithm. It puts me out there. Please God, comment on my videos. Please comment. 9166. Input the code from the diary. It works. Shovel. Step outside into the dark. Before you stands a shed and a shovel. Well, I'm gonna take that shovel and I'm gonna beat that old bitch over the head. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. You begin digging into the ground beneath you. Eventually you hit something soft. Pull out the earth beneath you, uncovering more and more as you go. A body tightly bound and sheet with rope. They never did find the old woman, but they did find the 13 missing people. You survived and wrote about your ordeal in the book that you've been reading all along. Survived and wrote about your ordeal in this book that you have been reading all along. Huh. The true ending. Alright. So I got 4 endings. There's another ending there that frankly, I probably don't know how to get that ending, actually. Like, I could go back and look for it, but each one of these is like 10 minutes, and I gotta cut this at some point. So I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I will leave a link to this game down below in the description so that you can go play it and try to find that extra ending yourself, if you care that much about it. But otherwise, this was really good. I haven't played a point and click in a really long time, and this one had a decent story behind it. I actually really liked it. If you guys like what you saw, make sure to leave a like and comment on the video. Subscribe, that always helps. Don't go digging into old missing persons cases. Best case, you find some corpses. Worst case, you become a corpse. I've been the Gurn.